We regularly mention how models from certain shows turn up later on, being cannibalised or being blown up or turned upside down or not inside out, but always reused to to make the most of the props and models that they had in storage.
Yes.
So obviously we've got one more of those, but in this case, slightly more gruesome, as this has to do with the dismemberment of an iconic Anderson character.
Oh, please. Really? Yeah. Sounds like one of my books.
It does, actually. This may end up being the plot of a future Bone of the Yard book.
Yeah.
So in the Joe 90 episode, Colonel McLean, I'm not familiar with it because I tend not to watch Joe 90. Anyway, episode opens with a shot of an excavating machine leaving a cave and crawling out onto a construction site. On that site, Richard, on the centre right of the shot, is the model of the jet air transporter that Virgil Tracy used to save Alan and Grandma in Moving Your Dead.
Right.
Iconic Thunderbirds episode.
Indeed.
Not the full-size puppet version, we should add, but the little tiny one that's seen rolling out of Thunderbird 2's pod, which also features a little tiny model Virgil standing on the front of it.
Ah.
It's that model that turns up in Joe 90. Now, VHS and DVD, obviously standard definition and not very good transfers necessarily. It's not immediately obvious what that bit of the construction site is, but now we have the lovely Blu-rays thanks to Network, we can finally see it much more clearly.
Mm-hmm.
So we can see that in Colonel McLean, it still carries the International Rescue name round its base, so they didn't cover that up.
Right.
It's the same colours. And still attached to the front of the vehicle, in a rather sinister fashion, are the stumps of Virgil Tracy's legs.
Oh, come on. Really?
Yes.
What?
So evidently that someone's just grabbed this from the prop store, stuck it on the construction site, possibly even with Virgil still attached, and then they may have gone, that's probably going to be a bit obviously Virgil. Let me...
No.
And they've snapped him off and left the feet stuck to it. Obviously thinking, well, it's going to be so small, nobody's ever going to notice. They didn't expect Network to be doing Blu-rays, because Blu-rays didn't exist. They didn't expect us to be spotting it, and they certainly didn't expect us to be noticing poor Virgil's stumps left at the front there. But you can see the familiar yellow of his International Rescue boots. So
that's...
Chris Dale has provided us with some stills, which will be available to see in the Gerry Anderson podcast Facebook listeners group on Facebook. Where do they find that, Richard?
Yeah. Well, it's simply go to facebook.com/groups/podsterons.
That's the place to go where you'll see it. So, poor Virgil.
Oh, yeah, that's really gruesome, isn't it?
But, as we've said before, these amazing bits of reused proppery and model stuff turn up all the time, and why not? And they never expected us to be talking about this on a podcast. You can imagine them thinking... Yeah, people might notice that. That'd be funny. No, they just thought, just reuse it.
Yeah, in fact, I suspect had they thought that or known that, they would have been absolutely paralysed with fear and never got anything made.
Yeah.
If they realised just how closely we'd be looking 50 years later.
Yeah, exactly. Probably best they didn't know that. But, again, amazing attention to detail. They could have easily just, put something much more simple in there or not even bothered.
Yes,
but the fact that they went and hunted for these things and put them all together... It's just a testament to the attention to detail that the teams of Century 21 went to back in the day.
Yeah, lovely.